Aloha everyone and welcome to our pre-elite orientation. This video is for mentors and for accountability partners on how to use your hard copy resources as well as how to use your video resources and how the entire program works. Our team assistant, Casa Fox, who's also a silver on our team and very experienced with the pre-elite program, is going to be guiding us through our orientation today. And we're so excited to be a part of this with you. This is our pilot program on our team, and it's had such incredible results on other teams. We're really excited to get going with it. So with no further ado, we turn the time to Ms. Casabox.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes.
On my headphones? Okay, great. Okay, so we're first going to, does everyone have their pre-elite guidebooks with you? Okay, great. What I have done is I have taken little, you can use whatever you want, but my book is in a binder, is I've taken little Post-its and marked each section, because in your book, you have a mentor section, and then you go through, and after that, the mentor book, right, is 49 pages long. Then you have the accountability partner book, so mark that. And then the accountability book is not as long, as thick, and that is
what page does accountability start on?
Well, they're three individual books, right? And so it's 49 pages is the mentor book, and then it restarts, and then you have your accountability partner book. And the accountability partner book is 47 pages long. And then you have the participant guidebook. And so I would just always take a moment to have all of that marked all the time so you can flip through it easy. We're going to start with the mentor book. It's really important to understand what the role is for each person, because you might go back and forth between a mentor and accountability partner. I understand that Emily is going to be the mentor for this first pilot round, and you are going to be the accountability partners. But again, it's so important that we all know what everyone is doing, because you will all be on the weekly call. So if you could go back to your mentor guidebook and turn, it says at the top, Dear Mentor and Friend. I'm going to read this and just have you follow along. Dear Mentor and Friend, I saw a quote not too long ago that read something like this: design your future by purpose and not by accident. Another quote I love is, if you want to be successful, help others become successful. This resource guide will help you do exactly the above. By purposefully helping others become successful with their doTERRA business, not only helps you fulfill your dreams, but their dreams too. We often hear the term duplicate, to make an exact copy of something or someone. In regards to this program, you will be a mentor and a teacher to so many who will then become empowered to turn around and mentor those who they will bring into the business. This is a successful duplication system. Duplication is happening within doTERRA to a certain extent. However, it appears there are those who get lost in the shuffle, who have or feel no support, who want to learn but don't know exactly how or where to turn, or from whom to learn from. It is because of these questions and concerns this program was created. So there's your why of why we're doing pre-elite. Tamara and I talked weekly, if not daily, as she was growing and developing her team. She's the perfect example of follow me, then turn around and teach your up and coming leaders how to follow you. However, as her team started growing all over the US and Canada, she had concerns of not being able to physically get to everyone on her team. This is a dilemma many of us as leaders often face, especially since doTERRA is now all over the world. High quality problems, right? Historically, elite seems to be the #1 rank wellness advocates of challenges with moving beyond. That is changing, because this program is designed for you to prepare and mentor many of your personal team members to go beyond elite, thus pre-elite. I know if you know this program as it has been laid out, not only will you become successful, but those you mentor will become successful too. And one day those you mentor will come to you when they reach their first big doTERRA goal and tell you that they couldn't have done it without you. And that, my friend, is the biggest payday of all. Tamara has been inspired and worked passionately on this program, and I'm grateful she has asked for my input and feedback. doTERRA and many other amazing leaders have been inspired with resources that you'll find within this program. So through a lot of hard work, trial and error, you now hold in your hand a simple yet very reliable and resourceful duplicative program. It is laid out perfectly before you. No more reinventing the wheel. All you need now is to read, follow, and duplicate. Haha. In other words, leave people better than you found them. Please enjoy this PreElite program and let us hear about your success. With much love, Gina Truman. And as we know, Gina Truman the Truman team has the highest retention rate in all of the doTERRA teams. And this is a program that is so wonderful in duplication system. Let's go over and let's read what Tamara says. Emily, do you want to read that, dear mentor?
Yes. Dear mentor, you have obviously proved your commitment and desire to build a successful doTERRA business. You have learned by experience many of the do's and do nots, and now it is time to help guide your leaders, helping them succeed faster and get better results than you did in the beginning stages by helping them avoid the mistakes you made. The PreElite program is designed to help you transfer the culture, skills, and positive mindset needed for a successful business to your new and very hopeful builders. This will help you create a solid team of leaders that can take care of their business without complete dependence on you. Time and financial freedom are the most commonly desired resources. You probably started this business because you were looking for more freedom in these areas. You could build a team and a business where everyone relied on you, which might stroke your ego, but would burn you out in the end. What you really want is the freedom in both time and money that comes with developing leaders of leaders. This program will help you become a better leader while providing a mentoring structure that can inspire and motivate each new builder on your team. Be aware, as you take builders through this program, it will weed out the people that are not committed to the growth and development required for lasting success in doTERRA. Don't be discouraged when someone drops out of the program. It will happen. Let them walk their path and turn your focus to working with the leaders that are willing to do whatever it takes to create the success they dream of. As a mentor, you are further down the path of success. These new building leaders are looking to you with eyes of hope. Even though you don't have it all figured out, because let's be honest, none of us do. Be real, be authentic, and mostly be positive. Help them look for solutions. Help them see their greatness. Encourage them and praise them often. Many new builders are breaking away from generations of beliefs that are ingrained in them to only know struggle, pain, drama, and poverty in mind and money. The best way to mentor them is to be your best self. Work on your personal development daily so you will have a reservoir of knowledge and experience to lift and inspire those that need someone to show them the way, and that it is possible. Live your dreams to the fullest and they will be inspired to live theirs. Thank you for loving and serving your team. Tamara Bartness, PreElite program creator, Diamond Wellness Advocate.
Okay, so welcome to this. So turn the page over and you're starting on page 6. And as you are starting PreElite today, or this week, this is what you're going to go over first. And so as the mentor, Emily, this is what you are going to read. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. This is the program overview. I'm sorry, we're not there yet. I got ahead of myself. So PreElite is a program for your team if you are looking to support your sharer, assist your builder, and encourage your leader. And what you need to know, there are 3 people involved in PreElite. So this is kind of the how this program is going to work, right? That was kind of the welcome, and this is the how-to. There's 3 people involved: the mentor, the accountability partner, the AP, and the participant. This program is most ideal when you work in partnership with an accountability partner in supporting the participant. This might not always be possible, but over time and duplication, you will be in a position to do this. You can be both mentor and AP in situations where that is needed. I know that that's a question that comes up often. There is no required leadership rank for someone to step into the role of a mentor. If you are the first one on your team to start this program, trust yourself. Dive in and start developing leaders by being the leader for your growing team. So when I started doTERRA and I signed up my first person and I wasn't even director yet, I could have very well started this and been the mentor for when Amber Wright started, when she started at the same time I did. So there are 4 to 5 pre-qualifications for a participant to begin the program, which include the purchase of key materials they will need to have before beginning the program. And I have never had a problem with anybody buying any of these materials. The participant guidebook is $15, and that is a link that you should all have from Emily.
I think all the participants have registered, Casa.
Perfect. And next is the 4 essential steps to build your essential oils business. And that's only available on Audible. The number 3 book, Leadership and the 1-Minute Manager, by Glenn Blanchard, that is available as a PDF download. So you can get that one for free. It just, you can't have someone read it to you. You'd have to read it yourself. We have found that participants who put some skin in the game with a small personal investment in materials for the program are the ones that are most likely to take the entire experience more seriously. This will only benefit your long-term growth. Allow them to invest in themselves this way. So PreElite runs for 8 weeks. The first 4 weeks are focused on sharing skills and a good training for sharers and new builders. The last 4 weeks are focused on business skills and ideal for those who want more of the business opportunity. The entire program has unique mindset focus each week, which is what I love. So once you get through the first 4 weeks, you can reassess and you can check in with your person and see if they want to go on to, right, by that time they're getting their oils for free. Would that be the break? And to see if they want to go on to supplement and or replace their income would be the last 4 weeks. As I introduce this to people, I always say it's an 8-week program. That way, when I throw it in, you can do whatever you want, however it feels best for you. But I always say 8 weeks. Skill and commitment assessments are taken at the beginning, at the middle, and at the end of the program. So I always copy, you'll see a page in that, and I always copy that page for each participant who's doing that so we can mark their progress. If you don't feel someone is truly committed to the business by week 4 review call and after the mid-program assessment, it is recommended you have a crucial conversation, allow them to bow out of the program until they are more committed. The good news about this is that you have trained and supported a new and well-informed sharer on your team. Now you can put more of your time and energy into developing the emerging builders and leaders that you already have working with. You will have to schedule a mentor call each week to train and support your participant. This is referred to the weekly review call. As you are reviewing the last week's actions and training them for the coming week's activities, you and the AP will share responsibilities during each call for who speaks, which is noted in the weekly call scripts. The AP has their own guidebook with an agenda for each week's call and their script for what they will cover and say during the call. Zoom is the preferred method for the weekly mentor call as it allows for you to see each other face to face. Now, I personally, Stephanie and I do not have a separate call as I mentor and she's AP or vice versa, whichever one we're doing. We'll just text and just check in and I'll say, hey, how's Colleen's homework doing this week? How is she doing this week? Because she's Colleen Corbett's accountability partner and I'm the mentor. And we'll just check in with that. So I wouldn't say that we have a separate call to talk, that we have scheduled each week. We just touch base real fast and see where it's at. And all of the scripts are lined out and we just follow the scripts very well. There is a total of 9 calls for mentoring of skills, mindset, and accountability. And that is the breakdown of what the calls are with a skill and with the mindset. This program is ideal for one-on-one mentoring. You can expect the best results from investing your time and intention into each individual. If you chose to run a group program using this structure, just know that the results will most likely be less than ideal as the individual attention and support in developing a new leader might be less. If each participant has a highly supportive accountability partner, you might have better results than expected for group programs. So that's why I know in the past we've done group programs, but PreElite is definitely designed for a one-on-one basis. As the mentor, you're not only supporting your new share builder, but you're developing a new leader by how you work with, coordinate, and encourage your AP in their supportive role to the participant. Consult together often about the participant's progress and help the AP feel confident in their role. As the mentor, you have access to all of the materials provided in PreElite. And this is a Emily has given all of you, her website and login information for that. And we'll walk through all of that. So I'm going to skip through all of that because we've purchased that. And there's the resources that are needed. The leadership and the 1-minute manager. Again, you can download that. The new edition of the Self-Leadership and 1 Minute Manager. So there's a new one, Strengths Finder 2.0, 4 essential steps to build your essential oil business on Audible, and your personally preferred support tools, Empowered Success, Live, Build, Share Guide. Now, if you turn over to page 8.
Wait, really fast, Casa?
Yes.
So Leadership in the 1 Minute Manager, is that on Audible?
Yes, it is on Audible, and it's also available to download in a PDF form. You just Google it and you'll see a PDF download.
Just so you guys know, the 4 essential steps to build your essential oil business, those, do you remember those incredible audio recordings by, help me, Seth Risenmay and Rod Richardson? We used them years ago and they were so good. They taught you how to find people, how to enroll people and everything. That's what those are, right, Casa?
Yep, exactly. So when you have someone and they've enrolled into doTERRA and you are talking to them and they're interested about joining PreElite, this on page 8 is a sample letter that you can send to them to see if they're ready, and some things for them to do before you even start the program. So that's something that you can send. You can download and take a picture of that, or you can retype it into an email and make it personal. All right, let's turn the page over to the weekly call scripts.
So when I'm on the first orientation call, like I have one with Marilyn and Monique today and one with Marty and them, I'm going to go over these materials then that they need to get this week.
Yes, I would. Yes, these are, well, they're also going to be in the homework as well.
Okay.
I'm just double checking. Okay, no, it's not. Yes, you are going to want to go over the pre-qualification. If they haven't already gone through this, then they're going to want to do that. They just have a little bit of double homework to do this week. But it'll go together. All right, so the orientation call this is what you're going to follow on your very first call. And you're first going to go over the agenda to set what it is. And then the things you just read this. This is the most beautiful part about PreElite. You don't have to come up with a single thing. All you have to do is read. So you're going to read the stuff in the black, Emily, and then the mentor is going to do that. And then the questions in green, right? That's what the questions you're asking. So the mentor does the bulk of the talking in the orientation call. And if you will look, so you're just going to follow it. Any questions about any of that? And then at the end is the week 1 assignments.
Yes, I have a question. How do you tell what color they are when ours are in black and white?
Oh, yours are in black and white because we did black and white. Okay, well, there's the Q by it. You see Q and then the colon. That's the questions to ask.
By whom?
By the mentor. Let's flip over to the...
Wait, basically, so basically the mentor reads everything.
Yes. Now,
including questions.
Yes, that's the orientation call. When you get into, let's just take a look at week 1 review call on page 14 of the mentor's guide.
Mm-hmm.
So the mentor is going to start. Let's go over something that awesome that happened to you last week in doTERRA, not in your personal life, in doTERRA. And then you're going to review week 1 assignments. Right? Mm-hmm. And that's the accountabilities part, is to make sure throughout the week. So at the end of the orientation call, it is good for you and the accountability partner. So let's say, Marilee, you and Monique are going to coordinate at the end of the orientation call. What kind of accountability is that going to look like? Is it going to look like she's going to text you in the morning and text you at night that she's done with it? And then, so Sharice and I text her by 9 a.m. and I just have it in my calendar to remind me. Hey, Sharice, what are your goals for today? What are you working on? She'll tell me what she's working on. Awesome. Is there anything I could do to support you? Nope, I got it. I'll check in later. And then later that night, I'll check in with her. Hey, how did the day go? She's like, you know what? Lots of things got in the way. Let's talk about that. What got in the way? And so we'll just kind of go through that. I find it helpful at least once a week that you can schedule a one-on-one phone call if that's helpful. For someone like Charisse, who is a busy mom, it's just so much easier to text. That way she can respond when she's able to and doesn't have screaming kids. So you'll want to set that up, whatever that's going to look like for you and your person. And really it's what the participant needs, right? And we will gladly do whatever that they need. If we turn to week 1 review call on page 14, so that the mentor is going to start. Let's talk about something awesome. We're going to review the week 1 assignments. Now look at the note to mentor and AP. If you feel free to ask follow-up questions on each of these assignments. If they didn't complete the assignments, they are not ready to continue with the training, and it is recommended that you postpone the skills training until they have completed each week's assignments. Don't hesitate to dive deeper into the assignments, why they weren't completed. Ultimately, it's your call if you want to continue the mentoring. So if you feel in your heart of hearts that you get to a certain week and they have not completed any of the homework, perhaps it's a good idea to review what they were supposed to do and make goals to move forward and talk about why, and what happened. So this is where this 8-week program kind of gets a little longer, right? So that's something that you and your AP, that you two just need to decide together. If you look at page 15, this is where the accountability partner really starts to play a role on the calls. So that's where the accountability partner, that's what you're going to read. Does that make sense? See that?
Yeah.
And so that's, you just keep going, and then the mentor takes over on the mindset work. So any questions about how that works, that back and forth?
So basically they start, because like in the accountability partner one, it's only the skill is only listed there without the other.
In the accountability section?
Yeah.
So let's move to the accountability partner section.
That's on page 10 of the accountability.
Yes. Before we get to that part, I'd like to read through these letters, because these letters we cannot skip over.
Okay.
So if you turn to the back of the cover of PreElite Accountability Partner Guidebook, and it says, Dear AP, thank you for being a huge part of this journey with us and the mentor, but mostly with
Wait, Casa, give us a second. Sorry. Where is that?
Oh, sorry. So if you turn to the Accountability Partner Guidebook, and it's on the back, it's not a page number, it's just on the back side of it, of the page.
I don't think we have that.
Okay, you do. You should.
It's the second page of just like the book.
It would be on page 53. If you were going from page 49, then 50 doesn't have a page number, 51 doesn't have a page number, 52, 53. It would actually be page 50.
I see. So it's at the beginning of the accountability partner guidebook.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. I thought you said the end. Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, Casa, sorry.
Yeah, Mare?
So are we done with the first page 10? Did we just rush through that because
the first page 10. Let me look.
Yeah, where it said orientation call, and then it just seems like you skipped really fast and I kind of lost you.
Oh, so I just skipped over everything. Oh, I'm sorry. Page 10. That is not what we are reading through today. That's not this is where you are starting. So today, Marilee and Emily, when you're with Monique, this is what you are covering today.
Okay, so then on
orientation call.
Yes.
Right, on page 13, I think you skimmed over that and then you jumped to something like, okay, now this is what you're, and I lost you.
Okay, so here, let's go back to page 10 in the mentor book. This is where you're starting today.
Okay, and the mentor, everything, the whole thing.
The mentor reads everything today, yes. But you are definitely there. You are making sure that you are on the call.
Okay, so the mentor is continuing to read on page 12. the
Yes.
mentor is continuing to read on page 13 and then giving assignments 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Yes.
Okay, and then you skipped over to the week 1 review call, and so.
Okay, so this is the end. Page 13 is the end of today's call, of your call today with your person.
Okay.
My little add-on at the very end is that Marilee, you and Monique will decide what kind of accountability that's going to look like.
Okay, and then on page 14.
That is going to be your next week's call.
So this is really call number 2.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's
Yep.
what I need to know.
Okay, good. Yeah, that was a little confusing to me.
What? Wait, call number 2? I didn't get it.
Okay, so today is the orientation call,
Right.
right? So
With
you're
John and Ian. So this is like the orientation of the orientation. And with John and Ian today, we are going to be following the script that says
Right.
orientation call. The only thing that's going to be a little bit different is when I talk about the books, instead of asking if they were able to read them, I'm just going to,
tell them to read it.
tell them to get it.
Yes.
And then at the end of that, I make up a time with them for a daily accountability.
Yes.
And decide whether that's going to be a call or texting.
Yes. And you decide how that's going to look for you, Marty, and for Ian and John.
Okay.
Okay, so Casa, on these week 1 assignments that we're going to be assigning today, can I just make sure I understand them? First of all, they're getting kind of double homework because I'm making sure that they do all this pre-qualification stuff, which I'm so sorry, you guys. I didn't know that there was pre-qualification stuff. So they're going to have kind of a lot. Do you think that's okay,
Well,
Casa?
they might have, so when they complete their 100 names list, they might have already done that in a different location. Fine. They don't need to rewrite it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So really the only double homework that they need to do is listen and read those 2 books.
Okay. So are they short books?
Yeah, they're easy listens too. Yep, they're not long at all. Let's take a look at what that homework. So let's jump over to the participant guidebook. Because this is what you are also going to want to go over with them today. You're going to want to walk through with some things today. So if you could turn to page 8 in your participant guide.
You don't want to do the 4. So 4, 5.
Start on page
Okay, so
4,
page
Casa.
4. Yep, sorry. We're going to start on page 4. Now, inside of your orientation call, it is going to mention the page numbers for them to go to. So you don't have to remember these pages. It will tell you. Okay, so here's page 4. Here's the pre-qualification, right? So there's all of that.
Exactly the same thing that we have in the other one.
Exactly the same thing, yep.
Okay.
Page 5 is key information, where they can write in their key information if that's helpful. I expected myself, and then I would read through that with them and have them sign it and have them really commit to not just completing pre-elite, but reaching elite. Okay, so that's page 5. And then when you turn the page, you have the Dear Participant and Friend. And you have a letter from Gina Truman and a letter from Tamara Bartness, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. You're going to want to read through that with them.
Okay.
I like to read through everything and not just assume that they're going to read it on their own.
Okay.
So you'll want to read through those 2 pages. And then when you turn the page, these pages, this page 8 and page 9, is mentioned in your orientation call, those 2 pages. So here is on page 8 is who is going to track your progress to diamond. Here are you, and here are your 3 silvers. This is mapping out your rank, is what this is. Help mentor 12 others to complete elite, pre-elite, 3 under each of your 4 qualifying leagues. Okay, so you're mapping that out. On page 9, they can decide if they want to do a fast track or a pacer track. Either one is great. It's just good to know. And it'll be good to know for the accountability partner on how fast we need to push and how fast we need to get books, classes on the books and everything. Any questions about page 8 and 9? All right. So
wait. So you said that back in on the very first page 4, which or page 6, and that you just read that entire thing to them.
Yeah.
So,
you could also have them read as well.
So is all of that that's on page, are we going to find that, or I mean, how do we,
So how I did it is I went through, just a second, let me think. When I went through, as you're going through the orientation guide, this is my recommendation. As you're going through the orientation guide, it is going to bring you over to different pages in their participant guidebook. And
I'm just looking, and they have, for example, a place to take notes for every single call, as well as a list of all their assignments. So they're not going to be obviously writing down assignments from what we say. That's all.
They don't. Yes, everything's written down. They don't have to write down anything. So like on page 12 in the Mentors Guidebook, it says, turn to Participant Guidebook, page 16. On page 16, this is their assessment. So that part in the orientation call took them right to that sheet. And they're going to rate themselves. So
what does the D mean?
Okay, all of that is inside of the orientation, inside what Emily's going to read in the orientation call. Yeah, it's all explained what the D1, D2, D3, D4 means and how for them to fill that out. So you're going to fill that out right inside of your call. Do you want me to go over that now, or is it good just to go over it when you get inside your call? It's okay. All right. If we backed up a little bit inside the participant guidebook, so you had your diamond map, and then you had a beautiful quote by Tamara about diamonds are cut or uncut will always be a diamond. It's beautiful. And when you turn to page 12, 13, 14, and 15, that's their hundreds names list. And what's cool about this is it's kind of our Genius Emily's EO EQ.
Except if they do it in a really different order.
Yeah, it's a different order, but it can help you track who it's going to. So if like Charisse already had her names list in a different location, I told her don't worry about rewriting it here. But if someone wants to and they're, a nerdy brain, they totally can. So those are those 2 pages. Page 16, it doesn't look like 16. It looks like B6, but it's 16. Is this skill and commitment assessment, which is going to be talked about in your orientation call.
Is that one of their homework assignments to take that?
No, you do it right on the call together.
Oh, okay.
Yep, they're going to fill that out right there with you. That is why this little sheet of paper right here, I don't write on it. I have other pieces of paper I've put in here for each of my persons for each of my people. So I have a sheet for Lillian. I have 4 different ladies I'm doing this with. That way I can not fill in, this is
well, they need to make sure they have a hard copy of their participant guide before their call today, right? To write. Okay. Would you mind?
If they don't, like I had one person who didn't, and she just wrote it on another sheet of paper and then transferred it.
Okay. Well, since we still have a little bit of time, Maren, Marty, would you mind just checking with your peeps and just making sure that they have their thing printed out?
Yep.
their
So
participant
CASA is from the beginning of the participant guide to the very end of this thing that you have given us. Is that the entire participant guide, or is that more material that you added on?
In the back of yours, you have the planner. So you have the participant guidebook, which is 101 pages long. It ends with a congratulations poster.
Okay.
And then after that, you have the planner. And hopefully, your participant will also have the planner as well. So I would recommend they print that and use that. If we went on in the participant guide to finish the orientation call, you'll see on page 17 is a list of great books for them to read for their personal development. And then what's really fun is on page 18, it will say, I am elite on or before their date. And then they sign it and they put today's date. And you can turn this into like a little vision board. And I upgraded it a little bit, and I had them take this out and plaster it somewhere or make up their own and put it somewhere where they're going to see and add in words and pictures of what it means to be elite. And so they can fill that out. They can keep going and fill out, I'm premier, I am silver, I am gold, I am platinum, I am diamond, I am blue diamond, I am presidential diamond. So they can fill all of those out. I only had people fill out, I am elite on or before. On page 26, this is where they can take notes if they choose to take notes inside of their PreElite notebook, or if they want to have their own notebook, that's totally up to them. And then they have week 1 assignments. Week 1 assignments is to time block for their PreElite and assignments. So when are you going to do that? How are you going to schedule that? Complete the doTERRA University Living, indicated sections on the checklist. Now, University Living is no longer, unless it's back. Last I checked, it wasn't there anymore. The doTERRA University, right? Remember that from a while ago? So
check. Let me check.
So what I'm telling people when you look at page 28, if you turn the page over, basically you want them to know everything that's in the Natural Solutions class. And so they can just look at the products, when you go into the product shop and they can shop around, they can look and they can read about it. They could also go to their Modern Essentials book or their Oil Life book, right? They can also go to those places. So that is the doTERRA University Living checklist, which is on page 28. Their next homework is going to watch the membership overview, which is in the website, right? That you all have with the login information. They're going to watch the membership overview and then
I don't know if I got that email. There were a couple of emails that Emily said that she sent that I didn't get. So.
Okay, so Emily, Marty needs the website and login information.
For what?
To get into the website, into the PreElite.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to write that on their notebook.
Well, it didn't happen. Sorry, Christmas was not.
No. That's totally fine. I don't know where that is.
Okay, it's in Messenger, and it's probably also in our media share. So we'll find it.
Okay, the one that I sent them, Casa, in the email, you didn't miss it, I don't think, Marty. Or maybe let me look again. Let me look again. The one I sent to everybody, Casa, was for participants, but let me look and see.
Okay, so what they need is for your APs is they need your login information into your website. Okay. On page 29 is the why journal. And there is a lot of busy work in the beginning of PreElite, and you don't ever want to skip a single little bit of it. So why, this is right, their story, right? What was my life like before doTERRA? How do I struggle? What do I want different? In all of the different places. It's really beautiful for them to be thoughtful and to figure that out. And then page 30 and 31, it's just any questions and insights that they have during the week. Page 32, that's starting.
Do we do that with them, or do we let them go and do that on their own time?
They do that on their own time.
Okay.
Yep.
That's part of, but that's listed on their week 1 assignments though, right?
That's a part of their homework. That's where you as the AP will check in and see, hey, let me know when you've done this homework and let me know what it is. I'd love, or take a picture and send it to me. I'd love to see what you wrote down. Page 32 of the participant's guide starts your next week's call. Okay.
How long does the first week call take? The first week 1?
An hour.
Okay.
So, Casa, the stuff in the pre-qualification, like the writing their 100s names list and things like that, if I don't give them that assignment, it's not going to be listed anywhere, right? Or I guess it is listed.
It's listed in the pre-qualification.
Okay.
So it's listed on page 4 of their participant guidebook.
Okay, let me mark that. Okay, so is there a place to go over that in the orientation call, or do I need to remember that?
Well, it will be reminded when you're asking the questions. Did you listen to the 4 Essentials Skills audiobook?
Okay.
Right?
So going back, I'm just feeling this one most urgently, obviously, because I'm going to do it right now. So with this, I'm sorry you guys are the guinea pigs. We will get to be expert at this. Cass is, I mean, I will get to be expert at this. So I'm looking at the agenda for the orientation call today. It says, welcome, get to know the participant, introduce elite rank potential. That's just built in, right? Introduce situational leadership 2, skill assessment. So skill assessment, I'm telling them, and it'll tell me, right? Turn to page.
You know what? I wouldn't even go over. I would not even read that blue box. Just start at welcome to PreElite.
Okay. Do you have any tips on how we can not make it look like I'm reading it? I remember in the Emerge calls, it looks like she had 2 computers there or something. Like she was reading it, but it didn't look like she was reading it.
Okay. Well, so I have you up on, because we all have laptops. So I have you up on a box. Okay. So, and I'm holding my binder up kind of straight. And so does it look like I'm reading? Welcome to PreElite. We're so excited to begin this journey with you. As you have gone through the process of, does it look like I'm reading something?
Kind of, but it's not that bad.
See, it's not that bad. No one has cared.
Okay.
I think also for duplication, it's okay that we're reading it.
Yes.
We don't have to look good.
No.
Because if we look too good, they don't think they can do it.
Yeah.
That's what is so incredible about this, you guys. To be a really incredible mentor, I don't feel like I'm a really incredible mentor, you know? It's like, what do you have to do to become a really incredible mentor? And that's what I like about this. I know it's taking us a minute to wrap our brains around it, but it's something like, for example, Hannah, if she really sees you doing this, Mary, she could turn around and do this, you know, because it's all locked in, the exact assignments. You know, we don't have to have people turn into these incredible mentors to be able to do this business. So that's what is giving me hope about this situation. I just wish, the only thing I can't get my mind around, Casa, for some reason, I don't know why, is the pre-qualification assignments, how to tell them to do it. So should I just
Maybe I tell them because I'm their accountability partner.
Okay.
Maybe that's my job.
Well,
Okay,
when you go to, yeah, that's fine. You can break it up like that. When you go to walking them through their guidebook, it's going to be first. It's right there.
Oh, Is that part of the orientation call?
Well, you should.
Yeah, it says it is. It says guidebook and planner walkthrough.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
And you know what, you guys, I may actually have you guys read stuff. Is that okay, Casa? Is that going to ruin it? If I say, just so I'm not talking too much, if I say, you know, like, Marty, can you take this next section? And when I say section, I mean paragraph. Or do you think that messes it up, Casa?
I would decide before you get on the call, so that it's like kind of a seamless back and forth, a seamless thing, where you go and where the next person starts. I would just break that down before you start it, because this is the only week that there's nothing for the accountability partner to do. The next week, it's clearly defined.
Okay. All right. Okay, so for today, since we don't have much time to coordinate this, Marty and Marilee, why don't you just be in charge of going over their pre-qualification list when that comes up. If you guys can explain clearly to them what that is, and that's listed on participant guidebook page 4. Sure. So purchase PreElite participant guidebook, they already did that. Purchase and listen to 4 Essential Skills audiobook on Audible. That's from Seth Risenmay. It's so good. I still think that's the best thing. I'm so glad this is in here. Purchase Leadership in the 1 Minute Manager and begin reading it. Complete 100 names list, which is in the participant guidebook. Optional and under mentor and AP guidance, coordinate and schedule first 4 classes during first 5 weeks of the program. So you're going to be helping them schedule classes in January. Okay, sorry, back to you, Casa. I think I kind of get it now.
Good. That's fine. Let's go to the accountability partner guidebook. It's in the middle of your book. Well, less than in the middle.
I kind of had a question about the end of that first week. I was looking further as we were talking there, and it has the review call for week 1. And then if you turn the page, there's
Which
your
page are you on, Marty?
I'm on page 32 of their book, of the participants' book. And then after that, it says your personal explanation.
That's all for that's all next week's homework.
This is the homework. Okay, good. Because I was looking at this going, oh, my other people will throw up.
No. That's all of their homework for next week. Each week starts with the review call.
I see. First personal explanation is the week 2 assignments. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay,
that's
got
all
it.
next week homework. Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So,
thank you.
Are we ready to go to accountability partner pages? And what your role is going to be as the AP. So, let's go to Tamara's. So everything with Gina is just like, you know how important you are. And I think you all know that. Empathizing with them is so important. All right, Tamara's, dear accountability partner, you might have just finished the PreElite program and feel ready to support a new builder on your team, or maybe someone on your team has asked for your support in growing their business. Either way, you're a key player with a very important role in the success of your PreElite participant. As an accountability partner, your focus is on the day-to-day support for your new builder. There will be questions, concerns, and fears that arise for your new builder as they take on an incredibly steep learning curve. Building a doTERRA business, as you probably know, is essentially learning an entire new career. Traditionally, one attends school for 4+ years to learn how to succeed in a new career. But when someone desires to build a network marketing business, they can forget the patience required to become proficient in something new. They also might get frustrated with their progress because they expect to be successful in days or weeks. You will help them manage those expectations, encouraging them to keep showing up in the small things so they can build their dreams. Sorry, my nephew's here. His mom just showed up. Weird. Your role isn't to do the work for your new builder, but to show them the best practices that you have learned and continue to learn while building your business. While the mentor helps with a weekly skill and mindset training, you help with the day-to-day application of that information. You play that vital role in helping them apply what they are learning in classes, one-on-ones, following up, welcoming new members and business meetings, etc. Listen carefully during each call. You will be the mentor someday and will want to watch and learn from the entire experience. It's not hard at all. This is a commitment and investment you are making in your new builder that will pay off 100 times over. Take it seriously. The more you help your new builder succeed in the first 2 months, the more solid your team will become. Thank you for loving and serving your team, Tamara. So turn the page. And this is the program overview. The success of your participant in this program will be determined not just by your participants' effort, but by how you show up in supporting them, guiding, directing, and helping them build confidence by positive experience after positive experience. They will have moments of insecurity and fear, and you will need to be a few steps ahead of them in your own personal skill development and personal experience, which you already are naturally. You must be taking the time every day to do the Be Smart activities that you will teach your participants about in week 4. Go read that call script now so you know how to show up as the best version for yourself, for your new builder who is putting in a lot of hope and trust in you to walk them during this right path. For you to begin to lead effectively, you will want to have the awareness of a common vocabulary, which is covered in the book, Leadership in the 1-Minute Manager, as well as Self-Leadership and the 1-Minute Manager. Make sure you take time to read through the entire guidebook and all the books used in this program before you jump into everything else. So just do it as quickly as you can. Your own dreams and goals are impacted by how you help others on your team become successful. Becoming the leader is about being an example in word and in action of the things that grow a successful business. Do what you're asking your participant to do. Keep teaching and enrolling new team members. Don't expect your participant to be your bread and basket to success. That isn't their job. Your success is your responsibility first. With that being said, know that the time you invest in your participant over these 4 to 8 weeks will only come back to bless you and your entire business. So don't take this role lightly. You'll be teaching the skills on the first 4 weeks call, and the mentor will cover the mindset. The following weeks, you will be covering the mindset and the mentor will cover the skills. Take good notes and listen carefully for the things your participant is and isn't saying. Become sensitive to how your participant communicates. After reading Leadership in the 1-Minute Manager, you will understand in greater depth how to exactly support your participant in their skills and mindset development. Depending on their development roles, D1 to D4, which we're going to learn about today, will become a common language between you and your participant as you evaluate their growth and what they need from you to keep moving forward towards goals. So what you're looking for. Pay attention to the words and the actions your participant exhibits each week. Compliment them often. Catch them doing something right each day and tell them you noticed it specifically. Be willing to build a relationship of trust with them. Show them you care, not just about their doTERRA success, but other areas of their life that are important to them. Connect with them daily. This is important for them and for you to build trust and momentum and support them in the highs and lows of this business. You are helping set the foundation for their success in doTERRA, and knowing they have a business ally and friend will help them feel safe and that they belong here. So any questions about the role of the accountability partner?
Do you happen to know off the top of your head what page those Be Smart activities are on?
I found them before. It's week 4 in the participant manual.
Yeah, just page numbers. Week 7.
Week 2.
Week 5.
3. Here's week 4. Ha! It is 59. So 50, 58. Follow-up chart 59. Membership review. Customer care follow-up sheet. Wish items. Life plan. I guess that's from. I don't exactly know what that is here. We have such different stuff over here. What I have learned so far in my journey about myself. That's a why again. Does that keep coming back?
Okay, so I think what they're referring to is in the mentor guidebook, not in the participant, but in the mentor guidebook on page 33. Be SMART is an acronym for body and vision, script, meditate, affirm, reading, and thankfulness. So it's
Okay.
an acronym. So page
Where page
33,
again was that, Casa?
33 in the mentor guidebook. So that's what you're going to want to review as soon as possible.
33 in the mentor guidebook?
Yes.
Yep.
On the right right column.
That's for the accountability people to really know what they're doing there.
How can I show the kind of support my participant needs today at their current development level? That?
No. Are you in the mentor guidebook?
Or maybe I'm in the participant guidebook. Sorry. I was in the accountability guidebook. Okay. Oh, I see. So this is what we're supposed to be doing every day: body and vision, scripting, meditate, affirmation.
No, it's what you need to understand.
Especially,
And then, yeah, do it every, I mean, I think we mostly do this every day anyways.
and it's especially the accountability partner has to do that really well because we have to tell them about that. We have to make sure at the beginning that that's what we're doing.
And all of that, everything is built in. You don't have to create something. So I highly recommend don't go off script. Don't go off the script. Only go off the script if there's clarifying questions that need to be happening. But all of that is built into the script. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So let's go back to into the participant guidebook and turn to page 8 and 9. This is where I see one tiny flaw with this. Page 9 is the orientation call that you're doing today, and this is the AP's role. Notice how little it is.
The participant or the AP?
AP.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Sorry. The AP. So your assignment, the AP's assignment for this week is to go over the week 1 assignments. That's your job this week, is to go over the assignments. Now, what it's missing is everything else, right? Everything else that the mentor is going to be doing. So personally, if I'm the accountability partner, I am going to turn to the mentor guidebook because that has everything else. And what Stephanie and I noticed today, so turn to, it skips. Stephanie accidentally skipped the mindset part and went straight to the homework because as she is reading her part, it just goes straight to the homework. And so I had to kind of fill in at the end. I didn't say, hey, you skipped it. I just said, oh, and today's mindset is this. And I just texted her. So what I personally feel the most comfortable with as the accountability partner is following along in the mentor guidebook because your accountability partner scripts are already there.
So what is the bold black in the agenda?
That is your part. That is
where I don't know quite which one is bold black.
So in your black and white copy, do you see if you're on page 9 of your accountability book, right?
Mm-hmm.
Page 9. Does week on the agenda, the last one, week 1 assignments, does that look bold to you?
That's all, yeah. But then it says, but what were you talking about before? That when we go, there's more to that than that?
No. Okay, just a second. Let me say that all one more time.
I'm so confused.
No. Just a minute. I'm just going to say it all again. So this is your part. Your part for today's call is to go over week 1 assignments.
Mm-hmm.
That's your role, right? I personally, as I'm following along as the accountability partner, I like to turn to the mentor guide.
Mm-hmm.
I like to follow along in that. as I follow along with that, my accountability partner scripts are already right there.
What page?
Page 13.
13. But it seems
10.
that it's funny because on that one, it doesn't say that the accountability partner should be reading that.
Well, and that's where I'm saying that there's just a little tiny flaw.
Ah.
And
So then we need to write here over your week 1 assignments, that's actually the accountability partner.
Yeah, so that's where you will take over right there.
Okay, I get it finally.
Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. So it's always good. I always make sure before I go into a next week with somebody that I have already read through and know what my part is going to be before I even get to the call. Does that make sense, Emily?
Yeah.
So when, after the mentor's done, we just say, okay, our week 1 assignments are time block for pre-elite and assignments, complete doTERRA University living, watch membership overview, why journaling. So we just go through that like that?
Yeah, exactly.
You might need to explain what they are a little bit. Like the doTERRA living assignments are, where is that?
So you could take them to that page, right?
I don't think that exists anymore. So basically they're just going to have to research those products using YouTube videos, I guess.
Well, okay, so number 1, here are the ways that you can research them. doTERRA has a playlist, and they're less than 1 minute long. And they probably already have some kind of modern essentials book. Right? And they also can use the product, the PIP, right? The HIP, what is it called? In their doTERRA.com website.
Yeah. So, Casa, just for today, I have time with my, I don't know what, I have something that's all over my clothes. I think it's styrofoam from a box. Sorry. I keep pulling on my clothes. I'll have time to send them the pre-qualification. But for today on these calls, just so it doesn't sound like so many assignments at the end, I know you were saying not to go off script, but I'm tempted to welcome and say before we get started, we're just going to talk about the things that need to be done, the pre-qualification stuff or whatever. I don't know. I'll find some way to say it nicely. And then I would turn the time over to Marty or Marilee and have the participants open up. So girls, if you can write this down, have them open up in their guidebook to page 4 and 5. And just know that needs to happen. And so at the end, when it says walk them through their guidebook, it says on, let's see. Let's take our first skill assessment together, blah, blah, blah. Participant guidebook, blah, 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 blah.
Where are you, Emily?
I'm just saying, when in the call, Casa, do I walk them through? Oh, here it is.
Page 13 at the top, it says note to mentor
Page 13
and plan a review. Walk them through each section and page, answering any questions they might have about materials and resources.
Okay, so should I wait until then to go over the pre-qualification, or should we talk about pre-qualification assignments?
I would wait till right then. That's what I did.
Okay. So ideally, would this go out in an email like a couple weeks before we start? So when we do this next time, would we do an email out with all the pre-qualifiers?
Yeah, and the pre-qualifier, it's already laid out for you. It's already, right?
On page 4 of their book.
Yep.
Okay, so Marty and Marilee, if you can then be prepared today to explain the week 1 assignments to them, and then also be able to explain the pre-qualifying stuff, including, I assume both of your people will want to get classes on the books this month, and so talking about that and right?
So do you want us to just take over on page 13, the bottom of the first column? Let's finish up today by walking you through the participant and guidebook planner so you feel ready to in coming weeks of what you're expected. So if you would just go to page blah, 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 to blah, blah, blah in your planner, let's walk through that really quick. Now here's where your work begins, the AP, and then we read that. Me as the accountability partner will be in touch with you for daily support.
Marty, Marty and Marilee, on page 13 of the mentor guide, can both of you take over? I know Casa was saying we should decide this now. Can both of you take over starting, let's finish up today's call by walking you through the participant guidebook? So you guys say that, and then walk them through their guidebook and planner. Just kind of quickly walk them through that whole thing. And really hone in on page 4 where you're talking about the things. Then I'll take over again where it says, now this is where work begins. Your AP will be in touch with you daily, blah, 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 blah. And then you guys take over on the week 1 assignment section again.
Perfect.
We're clear as mud on that. Okay. I know everybody that does this just loves it and says it's so easy. It's just, it's a lot to like wrap your brain around. I know for you, Cassie, you're probably like, this is so easy.
No. When I first started, like the first time, I mean, it was a little anticipatory. It was like, right? It was just a little like, how is this going to work? What is this going to look like? And once you get through through this first week, everything else is just cake.
One question, is it put into the script that if they don't do their assignments, we won't move on?
Well, I know, because it's not really nice to say.
Okay. I was just curious.
Yeah. So
I'll just follow. I'm just gonna follow it.
Yeah. So in your brains, because you all have this side of your brain, like I do as well, is that as we look at something, we're always trying to make it better. Don't. Just trust this and just fall into it. And my hope is that that you experience what I've experienced is that you don't leave these calls feeling exhausted, that you don't feel that you're leaving feeling like all of your creativity has been zapped out of you, that you actually feel more empowered and you feel more successful because you don't have to create. You don't have to be a creator of anything. All you have to do is be able to read and answer questions. And you're all very qualified to do all of that.
Well, and the thing is that even for some of us, maybe that creation is fun, but until we're ready to create something like this, the people we're mentoring won't be able to do what we do. You know, they won't be able to do good mentoring. And I think that's one of the things that we've never been able to really find an answer to. Like we've found duplicatable systems, and we have people doing oil camp, and we have team calls and everything. But having other people have the confidence that they can lead other people also impedes their ability to recruit. That's another thing, you know, is that if they don't, even if we say, well, you just get them and we'll mentor them or something. We've said that to a few people, you know, you just bring them in and we'll mentor them. But I think there's this feeling of confidence in the business that people don't have if they're less experienced or they have a certain lack in certain areas. But that's my hope, is that Monique and John and Ian and all of these people that we're working with will feel like I can do this and feel excited about wanting to bring other people into it. So I will take your advice this first time through, Casa. I mean, and you know, I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to improve it.
So I did get to 1 week, and being the holidays, it was just kind of rough. You know, they were supposed to do so many classes and supposed to contact so many people. And the next week, what we were talking about was how to do a wellness consult, but they haven't done their class yet. So it was pointless to do that part to go on to the wellness consult part. For week 3 is the biggest week, by the way. Week 3 is a big week where you're scheduling classes and you're doing classes and enrolling people. So what was I going to say? And so I didn't. So that week, I just spent that time on our call was just a strategy call. Okay, let's put our classes on our books. What are we going to do? Who are we going to invite? So those kinds of things, you know, are really are really fine to do. If you really find like, boy, we are not ready for this next week's lesson because they haven't done anything, okay, no worries. Let's just pause and regroup and move on. And when I was talking to Stephanie, she was like, let's hold them to the fire. Let's rebaptize them, and people need to be held accountable, on and on and on. And I know she was just feeling the pressure of Diamond and everything. But when I got on the call, and it was just like, hey, well, let's just talk about this. And every single one was so grateful because I didn't beat them up because they hadn't done their homework. I didn't say, well, we can't move on now, and it was just, hey, let's talk about this. Let's fill in these gaps before we move on. Oh, yes. Thank you so much. That would be so helpful.
I like that. I like that language, Casa. Let's fill in these gaps before we move on. Okay, so Mare and Marty, just so you know, when you guys talk about their that list of things on page 4 that they need to do this week, that's kind of like housekeeping stuff. When you talk about their hundreds names list, it's on their page 10, just so you know. If you want to write that in, it's on their page 10. And if it's okay, Casa, I'm going to break right now. We've got 15 minutes until McKay's, and I'm going to go read through this orientation call to make sure that I know what I'm doing. And this will be exciting, ladies. Any questions or comments before we close? Thank you, Casa, for your preparation on this.
I just want to make sure really quick, Casa, on page 5 of their participant book, I expect of myself. John and Ian do I say something like, now, if you want to really commit to this, would you like to sign this? Or
I wouldn't even ask them.
You just say after that, do I expect of myself this page, please copy that and sign it and put it up on your wall and read it every day, maybe?
Yeah. Just
okay.
Not even maybe. Just
and maybe even have them read that part, Marty.
All right.
Yeah.
Have them read that. I know now, Casa, I just sent you an email with what I received from Tamara. If you can figure out what the link is and what the sign-in is for the mentors, I would be grateful. So the only thing I'm not clear on now, Casa, is for mentors and accountability partners, what is the website?
I will send that all to you. I will send that to you.
But what do we do on the website?
There's the videos that they're watching, you should also watch.
Okay. So there aren't separate videos for us.
No. There's not. Nope. So take time and look at this website. I can't spoon feed it to you. You just have to look at it and just watch it. I can send you the information though. I can send you how to log in and what the email and what all of that is. I can send that to you. Okay.
So when I'm looking at what their homework is for the first week, hang on. Does it say to watch some videos?
Yep. Watch the membership overview. And they got an email with that. They got their email on how to log in and how to sign into their PreElite website.
So the only thing that accountability partners and mentors need to do on the website is watch whatever videos they are watching.
Yeah. Be a good idea.
Well, and I'm also going to do all of their assignments too, because I've never done this before. So I'm going to are there any assignments that accountability partners have that participants don't have?
The accountability partner doesn't have any assignments.
The
only assignment is to help them.
So I guess that would be my final thing, accountability partners, if you're up for it. Since I've never done this before, I'm going to do all the assignments along with the participants as well. Like filling out these why things and, just so.
Yeah. And I mean, what's her name? The person you do it with. Stephanie, thanks. I was like, Cherie, all these S words. She also tells them, okay, this week I will do this along with you. As your accountability partner, I'm going to do these with you. And I will also walk through and I will also invite people. So she does that as like, I'm going to do it too. We're going to do this together. We're going to walk together. And she doubles up on the amount of people that she invites and everything in comparison to them.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting for John and Ian because they're only cold market.
So accountability partner and mentor on this time, I'm also making myself a participant. I have classes in Mexico. We're going to Mexico this month. and other things that I'm going to be doing here locally. So I'm right here with you, and I need this as well. I need to be rebaptized. I like that. We all need to be rebaptized. Okay, love you guys. Keep your fingers crossed for our calls today. And
It'll be fun, and it's also they also know that it's a beta program. They all know.
I did warn everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're gonna love it.
Okay, awesome. Okay, love you, girls. I will see you on McKay. McKay's going to give us a spiritual bath today. I can't wait.
Bye.
Bye. Love you. Bye.
Bye, guys. See ya.